Okay, hey everyone, just a quick video for you here. I'll go ahead and say this now that I think that these videos are best viewed in 1.5 speed. So if you're a fan of doing that, then go ahead and do that now. This is going to be a review of my survival slash bug out knife setup. And then stay tuned for this to be featured in a future video with the bug out bag, and that in that video won't have to go into as much detail of this system because I will have gone into the detail here. So without any further delay, let's get into this kit. This is, as I've featured in a previous video, the from the Knife Connection. It's their Architect Knife Builder series, and this is called their Field Buddy 5.5. I'll go ahead and pull it out now. So survival knife profile. It's a high saber grind blade made in CPM 3V steel by Tops Knives, which is a very well-known U.S. knife maker. The reason I like this knife particularly is because it does have a little bit of a thinner blade profile, as you can see there. They advertise it as 0.156 inches, so just a little bit thinner than your average knife of this size. And with that high saber grind, it allows you to really get good slicing cuts as well as maintain strength. Go ahead and demonstrate some of the sharpness for you here. Came super sharp from the Knife Connection, so no problem there with the sharpness. These are the black G10 handle scales with the orange liners. I put this orange lanyard on myself. It comes with a striking pommel there. The way this knife comes from the Knife Connection is it comes as just a skeletonized blade with the handle scales and the screws that you then assemble yourselves. I assembled this using red Loctite thread locker just to keep it more secure. Super comfortable handle scales, and I like the high vis lanyard and liners just in case you drop it, God forbid. But very nice profile for the blade. Doesn't quite have a 90-degree spine on it, but that's something I'm going to create later. And then CPM 3V, like I said, it's about 5960 on the Rockwell, which is the sweet spot for CPM 3V, full heat treat. So just a beautiful knife and very competitively priced with the other survival knives out there. So that is the Field Buddy 5.5 from the Knife Connection. This is their Architect Knife Builder series. One thing I do like about this sheath too is it does have this slide lock. So you would slide that and then it would make the knife harder to pull out. Slide it forward, easier to pull out there. So this is the sheath I ordered with it. You can select a number of different sheaths. This is the one I selected. It's the gray Kydex. I opted also for the large leather, I believe it's called the large leather drop loop, as well as this Castrom dangle carabiner, and then this belt loop. So what this does is it drops it lower on your leg, easier to access, makes it more comfortable. You can also just go ahead and remove this if you're not a fan, unscrew this, and then just put this on your belt as well. So gives me options here. High quality leather, and then this is the SE large pouch, and then I went ahead and just put this all together myself. So this is from the knifeconnection.com, Fire Steel 5/16 Fire Steel. And what I did myself is I put this orange shot cord on it, and then just reattached the orange striker, and then I used a little Ranger band to secure it, just so it's a little bit more secure. It's not flopping around, and that way I have the striker and the ferro rod together, and then just kind of a redundancy there because like I said, when I do put the 90-degree spine on the knife, I can use that to then strike the ferro rod. So I'll go ahead and take that off just to kind of show you the setup. So the shot cord keeps it in the loop, and that's what it looks like. I'm not going to strike it on this blanket, but it does actually do a pretty decent job of giving you some pretty good sparks. So just an option to start fires, and then we'll get into the actual pouch here, the SE large pouch. All right, as you know, I'm very like to have my supplements ready to go. I'll go ahead and say the purpose of this whole system is, God forbid, you're in the outdoors, surviving, bugging out, whatever, and you, for whatever reason, have to run with whatever you have on your person, this is what you have. This pouch contains everything you need to survive for several days. If you know what you're doing, you probably stretch it up to a week if you have a water source, and you're able to find some way to procure food. But several days to a week max for this pouch. So we'll get into the supplements here. So first up, we got caffeine tabs. I've shown these in my other videos. These are the 200 milligram tabs, 4 of them total. This is the caffeine I used. I do drink a lot of coffee, so it is nice to have this. You don't want to be going through caffeine withdrawals if you're in a bad situation. Kind of keeps you more alert. So that's the caffeine. And then these are the Thinksmart nootropic tablets from Whole Foods. Just a bunch of different vitamins, minerals, supplements combined that help you to use your mental capacities to the best of your ability. 4 total. What I would do is I would combine the caffeine tab with one of these. They would kind of synergistically work together, help you to feel more alert, calm, whatnot. And then lastly, for the supplements, this is electrolyte tabs, 4 total. And as I've demonstrated on my other video, Saltstick caps, well-respected brand. And I would use probably one of these every couple days. I'm going to be out for a week or, God forbid, longer, just to help me maintain electrolytes. So 4 electrolyte tabs. And that's the supplement kit here. Next, you've seen this a lot on my other kits. Just a flat roll of 1-inch duct tape. This is 2 feet from Wazoo Survival. Good for fire starting, repairing things, creating bandages. Always have some duct tape on you. Next, got a little water kit, so emergency water kit. Like I've said in my other videos, I think you should always have the ability to create a fire, fashion some kind of shelter, and then purify water at all times on your person. So this satisfies that. I have 2 of these 1-liter Wazoo Survival water purification reservoirs. These are pretty well made, food grade, and they have a high melting temp, so you can actually use this to boil water over some coals if you need to. But then I also included these are the I forget the brand. I think it's Aquatabs, but they've been around forever. Purifies water, kills bacteria, viruses, and it does not leave a bad taste in the water. So I have 5 little tabs here, 2 tabs each, so that's 10 tabs total. So I could realistically purify 10 liters of water using these 2 bags and these tabs themselves, which is probably more than I would need, hopefully, in the situation I'm in. And then also, these are little floss singles, mint wax floss singles, 20 inches long. The purpose of this, and I'll go ahead and roll in a quick little video demonstrating why I included these, but basically just a little bit of cordage that you can use to tie off the top of the Wazoo water reservoir bags to then let the Aquatabs go to work and then purify the water. So 2 of those, 1 for each bag, and that is my water purification kit. So this, kind of a bunch of random stuff in here. I do have the ability to start fire with tinder, as I showed you the ferro rod. These are from Wazoo Survival, little wax tinder tabs. You can cut these off in sections, fluff them up. So these are good for multiple fires, and they will burn if they are wet. So good for starting fire in bad weather. Also have a little thing of lubricant eye drops, cut the back off of, and as I demonstrated in my last video, these actually are good for 10 drops. So that's 1 drop per eye, 5 different usages of these eye drops. If you're in a survival setting, you're standing over fire a lot, you're not getting a lot of sleep, having relief for your eyes is huge. So 1 of those. This is a bunch of little tools in here, which I'll pull out and go through quickly, minus the Q-tips. So this is actually the wrench, L wrench, that is good for the screws on the handle. So the reason I included these is if some of the screws should come loose, which is probably not going to happen because they are thread locked, I have 2 of these that I can then torque these down if I need to. I also have a mini ferro rod. This is from Wazoo Survival, as well as a little ceramic striker that showers decent sparks. So redundancy from the big ferro rod and striker. I have a small one just in case I lose that one, as well as 2 little safety pins, or these are actually large safety pins, multiple uses, can, repair clothes and tears and whatnot. 2 of those, and then I also have little Q-tip halves along with my favorite modified fire starting system. This is petroleum jelly, good for hygienic purposes, also for knife care, so I can put this on the knife to help prevent any kind of rust. And then I can also use this together to create a modified fire starting system, which I've demoed in my previous videos. I'll put a link up top for what that looks like. As well as a large safe or paper clip. The idea is once I open this packet, then I can put this paper clip on the top to kind of keep it from leaking out further to reuse. Then I would obviously put it back in the bag, keep it from making a mess over everything else. So hygienic purposes as well as fire starting. And then I have a couple packets of triple antibiotic ointment. You don't want to be dealing with an infection if you're trying to survive outside for a couple days. Good to have a way to kind of provide a first defense for that. So this combined with the duct tape can create a bandage system. Next, I have a little Olight. This is the i1R2 Pro. So it is basically a micro USB rechargeable light. It provides 6 hours total of light on the low setting. So that's 5 lumens. I don't know if you can see that, but pretty good for just doing tasks at night. And then you got a high setting, which is 120 lumens, I believe, which is good for, signaling, searching for different things. Good to have light at all times. And then I put the orange tape on there just in case I drop it, and a lanyard as well. So when I have light, I could also create a lanyard out of the micro cord, put it around my neck so I have light on me at all times. And Atwood Survival micro utility cord. Show this a lot in my videos. I'm a huge fan, very small. 100-pound breaking strength, and this is about 12 feet. So always good to have some cordage on you. All right, so this is the bulk of the kit here. And I packed this all in the little bag that the Mylar blanket comes with. So 2 Wysi white tabs. These are very big, as I've demonstrated in my last video. But these are good for TP tabs, for hygiene purposes, fire starting, water filtering. So you can use this to filter out large sediment from your water reservoir bag. So 2 of those. You can cut them up, use them multiple times. Next, I have a little compass. This is doesn't have moisture in it, so it won't freeze in below freezing temperatures. Has a little lanyard on it, so good to be able to find direction. I'll go ahead and pull all this out here. As I've demoed before, Fisher spaceman and insert with the electrical tape, keeping the cap on so it won't leak. I also included some, it's in here somewhere. I'll get to it when I find it, but basically, oh, here we go. Waterproof notebook paper, so this is Write in the Rain, 2 sheets total. Leaving notes, messages, writing notes. Good to have a way to communicate with that. Fisher spaceman inserts are good because they work in inclement weather. Just another little pad to write stuff on. This is a piece of aluminum foil from Wazoo Survival. Multiple uses. I would probably use this for if I'm trying to start a fire. Fold this out. That way I can catch sparks and redirect heat to create a more efficient fire. So that's why I included that. A couple Steri-strips, get a cut, laceration. I can close it up and then use the triple antibiotic ointment to keep from getting infected. God forbid I cut myself in that situation, but it's good to have just in case. Several bandages here. 3 total. If I don't want to waste my duct tape on a bandage, I can use these. These are Wazoo Survival trail markers, reflective on both sides, orange and white. Little twist ties. You can use them for multiple things, including tying off the top of the water reservoir bags, but very low profile and good for signaling or marking your trail if you need to find your way back somewhere. And then this is the Titan Survival Mylar blankets. These are pretty big. I like the orange because it can be used for emergency signaling, and very warm. And the idea with this is more so just wrap it around yourself, create a fire, stay warm throughout the night, and this could be the difference between life and death, realistically, in a survival setting. So Mylar blanket, must have. And then I have two more things in here. So a little Leatherman PS4. This is a little micro multi-tool. It's the pliers. It's got a little wire cutter. Very, very tiny, but very well made, and does include other little things that I wanted, such as a small knife blade. It's got obviously the pair of scissors, which is not too bad at all. And then different like screwdriver type. Those are kind of, I'm not gonna try to get those out with my fingers right now, but it's got a bottle opener, Phillips flathead screwdrivers, and then also a little file. So a lot of tools on this little tool, and it's very, very compact. And I did want the ability to have the pliers and the wire cutters as well. So little multi-tool there, backup blade, and then lastly, this is a I don't know how to pronounce this, Fallkniven knife sharpening stone. So one side is a fine diamond, the other is a ceramic. So the idea is honing the knife blade in the forest, wilderness, whatever, if I need to with the ceramic side. If I need to work on an edge, I can use the fine diamond side as well. I will typically be wearing a leather belt, which then I can use to hone the knife blade as well. But a dull knife is a dangerous knife. You don't want to risk cutting yourself. Having a low profile way to repair your knife edge is vital. So that is it. That is my survival knife / bug out knife system. Something that you should have on you if you're in the wild at all times. And then you do have the ability to survive multiple days if this is all you have. We'll be rolling this into a future video, so stay tuned for that. And please like and subscribe, and stay tuned for more. Thank you.